Welcome to the PartyPoker.com World Open 4. The final table is so close, you can just smell the money. And for the three finalists who came through last week, they can lounge in their leisure chairs tonight, knowing that for the 7 who sit down, the pressure is on. And you don't know until you are asked who among them can answer in the affirmative when you say, are you willing to risk it all in order to go to the final table with chips? Let's have a look at who's sitting down at the table. Ryan Fronda is in form with a big result in Ireland, but still looking to make his first TV mark.
Last time I played these types of formats, I've been exceptionally unlucky and I swore I'd never come back, so I don't know what I'm doing sitting here, but we'll find out.
The gentleman, Liam Flood, is one of the prime exponents of this format. The Irishman's in flying form and runner-up in the World Open a few years ago. He'll be looking to go one better this time round.
I like to win the first hand that I play in. No matter what hand it is that I participate in first, I need to win it.
Ramit Samaya has been on the stage for a couple years, but is still looking to break on through to the big time. First time in the semifinals in this format, and he has high hopes that this could be his time.
The lineup today is just amazing. I know all these guys very well. They're all top professional poker players, and it's been said out there that this could easily be the final table.
They don't come any better or more dangerous than Marty Smith. The Irishman won the Irish Open just last year and is also a Poker Million runner-up, and his confidence is on a flying high.
Kind of a very logical thinker, I suppose. I like, think my way through problems, which is kind of what poker's about.
Simon Zach is part of that Blackpool poker mob. He has had great results in this format and made the final table in the UK Open 3. He isn't scared of going all in with nothing.
To win a tournament like this is obviously fantastic. I've played 8 or 9 of them now and made one final, and it's time that I should be winning one really. Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Mr. Cool, Mark Goodwin from Birmingham. His biggest poker win was $375,000, and he took 3rd place at the Monte Carlo Millions. His most feared opponent is his wife. Luckily, she isn't at the table tonight.
I've just seen the list of names. Wow, it's like a who's who, isn't it? It's crazy. But it's going to be really tough.
The man with one of the biggest fan bases in the Eastern Hemisphere, Andy Greekfish. First time in a semifinal of this format, and he's fired up to make it count.
There's 3 places basically will go through to the final. 7 of us start. There's going to be 4 unhappy. I've just got to make sure I'm not one of the unhappy ones.
Chips, you know them like the back of your hand. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5K apiece. Each player starting with 100, but we're 7-handed. That puts 700K in play, all of which are going to that final table. Joined by the top British player of the moment, man in form, Scally, Jonathan Kalmar. And just about everybody here, Scally.
I know you must respect people who be blind when they don't want to fold
for a
it.
semi-final, it's an awesome lineup. Quite often you get a lot of unknown quantities in these events, but I don't think there's anybody in this lineup who you can actually discount. Everybody has a chance of going through.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
You wouldn't expect Marty Smith to come out firing, Jack-9 suited.
I think Marty might be deciding that he's going to try and get some chips early, firing away. In these formats, you've got to really drop your hand values. Things like Queen, King, Ace, Jack, Jack-9 suited are a much better hand than in like a long multi-day, multi-table
Closing by George, isn't it?
You seem to be of the mind, I think, that with this tough a lineup, guys might want to just try and get ahead early and be able to put pressure on, because they know there's not going to be any easy chips later on. And maybe that's what Marty and Ryan are thinking here. Sort of something for both of them. Top pair for Ryan and lead out. You like it?
8,000.
Yeah, I think you've got to lead out in these events. I can't see Marty calling. He may do. There is a backdoor draw there, but he's going to put Ryan on something here, and I think he's probably likely to throw this away.
Marty could obviously put Ryan on a 10. He could also put him on kind of one of them low pocket pairs and think he's got a bunch of overs.
24,000.
Of course, and I can't read it any wronger than that, can I? Marty straight in there with a re-raise. This is going to be a tough call.
That's aggressive stuff from Marty Smith, and I mean, if you had to pick a player that was going to raise with nothing and then raise on the flop with nothing, you just wouldn't have picked Marty Smith the first hand, would you?
I think Marty realised everybody thinks he's a very, very tight player and he's going to be able to get away with a lot.
Beautiful stuff. The big finish in the Poker Million for Marty Smith, the Irish Open Championship. Maybe he's feeling like he can make a go. I mean, if you split this table up into two camps, those who have been in this situation before and those who haven't, you know, Flood, Marty Smith, Simon Zach, Goodwin, they've all been in these high-pressure kind of semifinal situations on TV before. And for Greekfish, Fronda, and Rummet, they really want a result here. Fronda. And this is kind of an important pot for him, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan needs to get a pot in there, settle down. Liam won't be too worried. He's relaxed. He's been here plenty of times before.
Well, decision time for Rummet.
There could be a few fireworks here. I expect Rim to probably re-raise this.
Cool.
Of course, I get it wrong again.
What would you have done there? Would you put pressure on
in
there?
this situation? Yeah, I think I'd probably want to re-raise it. Oh my lord! Now, is Simon going to get jiggy and flat call, or is he going to actually re-raise? I think Ryan might actually come back over the top because with Simon's reputation, you know he's capable of making a squeeze there with almost any two cards.
He raised the last pot. He's made this look like a squeeze play, and for Fronda, how many options does he have?
Well, I think he can either, well, he's got three. He can flat call, he can come over the top, or he can throw them away. I doubt he's going to throw them away. I just hope he flat calls and we get to see a flop. I know if this was one of the heats as opposed to the semi, there's a great chance he would probably push all in. But because there's more at stake in the semi, and again, you only need to finish in the top three.
Nice.
Cautious play often pays off.
And
However,
that re-raise has something to do with Rummet being behind him as well, or?
Yeah, he needs to squeeze Rummet out. I think he's decided he's going to commit with his hand. He's just unfortunate to run into a monster. There's only really 4 hands out there beating him, and unluckily, he's walked into one of them.
Is Fronda done?
I think so. I think he's put that many of his chips in. I think Simon's, he may flat call and trap him, but you know he may just throw it all in. I don't see Ryan throwing this away.
Little Hollywood here from Zach, but 53 Fronda's made. It's only going to leave him about 30,000 back, and at that stage Zach could show him the aces and he'd nearly still have to call. Nearly.
34, I think 33.
33.
Yeah,
I think he could show him the aces and he'd have to call.
I think this little act by Simon's going to work as well. I think it's going to get him. It's going to get him the call he wants, and Ryan's not going to be very happy. It looks like another bad day for Ryan.
I mean, could he fold here? There's 148,000 out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan was to fold, because I know he is quite a tight player, and he's very cautious. But in this format, I don't think so. I know if it was me personally, the rest of my chips are going in there, and I'm going to be hoping for a 10, because I'm sure I'm going to need one.
I put too much in there. Let's go.
Well, there's 2 10s in the deck, and for Ryan Fronda, he'll have to catch one, or perhaps some diamonds. What a spot for Simon Zach.
It's a major cue, isn't it, early doors? And the thing is, once if he gets these chips, if his hand holds up, it's going to be paying for the rest of the table too. I certainly don't want to be sat to his right.
And that flop all rags.
I'm pretty sure the chips would have been going in after the flop there anyway. Ryan, not that he'll feel any better, but they were always going to go in.
Oh my no! Wow!
Well, would you believe it?
I think I've got a bit of change.
No, you've got more.
You're not
Yeah, I think Simon's still in there, but he's going to be down to the felt.
For Ryan Fronda, you know, here's a guy who he has had kind of a lot